Hey guys, I'm Zoe and today I'm bringing you my very own beginner's guide to transmog. Wanting to look badass but not quite sure what's the best way of going about it? Transmogrification is the act of turning the appearance of one thing into another. In WoW, this is where you change the gear you're wearing to look like another piece of that slot. The phrase transmog is used here as a verb and a noun. Transmogging was first introduced in Cataclysm patch 4.3.0 and has been extremely popular ever since. You can transmog any gear of green, blue, epic, legendary or artifact quality to look like another. You cannot transmog to or from any white or grey quality. You can also hide every piece of gear aside from your trousers, so you can live your almost naked fantasy. Once you obtain an equipable item of your own armor type and it becomes soulbound, it is then added to your collections tab and you'll forever be able to apply this appearance on all of your characters who would also be able to use it. You can be sure it's saved with the message in your chat box. So if I'm a druid and I pick up some green leather boots and I equip them, I can be sure if I log onto my rogue I can now use that appearance on my rogue too. There are rules around weapon transmogging. You can't transmog a one-handed sword into a two-handed mace, or you can't transmog a wand into a dagger or staff. To transmog your item, simply go to one of the transmogrification NPCs. There should be one in each major city. The guards will point you there, or if you save up 120k, you can buy your own yak, allowing you to transmog on the go. When you're at your transmog NPC, click a slot you want to change and then click an item on the right you want to change it to. Once you're happy with your look, press apply at the bottom. You can save multiple sets so you can switch between them when you get tired of your look. Once you've collected every item from a set, it will appear at the Transmogrifier NPC under Sets. Applying a transmog can get quite costly though if you go mad with it, which I do. To view collected and uncollected transmog, click the Collections tab and go to Appearances. Here you can look through class sets or individual items. In the Sets tab at the top right you can see a drop-down tab to view variants of the sets. Since Cataclysm, our raid variants have been divided based on difficulty. However, during Wrath our recolors were also done by raid size, 10 or 25 man. In the Items tab, if you find an item you like, you can see the name of the item and often where to get it. Hold Ctrl and right click to see what it looks like on your character. If the tooltip doesn't give you much of an idea how to get it, type the item into Wowhead and you'll almost always find your answer. Most people starting out first browse their Sets tab and find a few interesting sets they like. You can favourite these sets by right-clicking and selecting Favourite so you can easily find them next time. Then they run what we call legacy content to collect the pieces that they don't have. Legacy content is any raid or dungeon from a prior expansion. Any content before Legion is done easily solo, however with 1 or 2 Legion content is also quite easy. BFA content will require full groups for most, and without knowing the tactics, some bosses can become a struggle. You can run each raid once a week on each difficulty. The lockouts reset on Wednesday. Each of the past PvP transmogs just require 12 marks of honour, which are obtainable through battlegrounds. There are vendors in the zones of each expansion selling the entire set and weapon collections. Each tier from vanilla all the way up to BFA, we've had set pieces and off pieces. Set pieces are what we call tier pieces, only usable by a member of that class, giving them bonuses the more pieces they had of that set. Off pieces share the same visuals to the set pieces but are not class specific. If you pick up a tier piece or a set piece of another class while doing a legacy raid, it won't be added to your appearances of any of your characters, even if it's the same armor type. In the past, our off pieces were commonly recolors of our sets, but as more raid difficulties emerged, our recolors became based on difficulty rather than set and offset, and our offset pieces became identical to those of the set. PvP sets have almost always been recolors of our tier sets, so if you like the look of a set but not the colour, there's plenty to choose from. The mythic sets also often have extra details compared to their heroic, normal and LFR counterparts. The Collections tab doesn't actually give you a great idea of your potential possibilities, as there are plenty of sets you can collect which aren't designed for your class, and plenty of sets which aren't traditional tier sets or PvP sets. For example, as a warrior, I can run through Nighthold and Emerald Nightmare to collect the offset pieces for the Death Knight appearance, and gain the appearance of the entire set, even though I'm not a Death Knight. Not all offsets will be complete sets. Often, one piece of the tier set will not have an offset equivalent. For example, here we've got an offset missing any leg piece, and here for this paladin offset, we're missing a chest. This is obviously fine to work around if the piece is bracers or boots, or if you have a nice alternative, so make sure you know what you can get before you go out hunting. Some sets are no longer obtainable, and some are specific to Alliance and Horde. There are many great tools to help you find out what's fully available to you through add-ons and websites. My favourite is Wowhead. Here you can not only find every single set your class can wear, what's missing and how to find each item, but you can also have a look at community submitted ideas. These are often a collection of items which don't necessarily come from the same set, but look great together and give you a unique look. There are websites dedicated to discussions about transmog where players showcase their best work, ask for advice and give feedback. Reddit.com/transmogrification is a great place to get some inspiration or some help. Don't be afraid to be creative. There are some beautiful legendary weapons locked behind quest lines and artifact appearances locked behind achievements, so sometimes getting your perfect look can take time, but I think Transmog is a wonderful example of player expression, and I'm so glad it's in the game. There's also an in-game Transmog competition called the Trial of Style, which comes around biannually, where you and 4 competitors get given a theme and 2 minutes to make the perfect set. The group then votes on whose set is better, and you win a currency to buy more Transmog. The next Trial of Styles starts on March the 20th, so it's coming up soon, guys. I hope you found this guide helpful. If you did, please like and subscribe, it really helps me out. If there's any important info I left out, do let me know in the comments. Take care, guys, bye!